to do a brief little flow to focus on some self-compassion. So you can find your way onto your mat. All you need is yourself and your mat. You can find a comfy seat at the top of your mat and you can close your eyes, or you can find a soft gaze. And you can inhale deeply through the nose and a long exhale out the mouth. When you make it there, you can roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Just kind of drop them onto the back. We're going to see here if you can feel the crown of the head stacked over the shoulders stacked over the hips, and the sits bones rooted down into the mat. Eventually, we're going to tuck our chin to our chest. We're going to interlace the hands behind the neck. We're going to see if we can give ourselves just like a little bit of self-massage here. A little bit of self-love. You might use the heels of the hands to squeeze along the side of the neck. You might use the thumbs to kind of like trace down the back of the neck. Maybe you work all the way into like the top parts of the shoulders, like where the shoulders connect to the neck. Maybe you get the fingers involved or the heels of the hands involved. Really just be intuitive with this. Just taking a moment to love on yourself. So often we hold so much tension and so much stress in the neck and the shoulders. So really see if we can allow ourselves to just give ourselves that self-touch, that self-love, to know that it's okay to release some of these muscles and that we don't have to hold it all together all the time. And that it's okay to let it be messy and to allow ourselves to be held. And eventually we'll find some stillness, letting those hands be interlaced at the base of the neck, really letting that head be heavy, round to the elbows into touch. And then inhale, we'll take some seated cat-cows, open up the heart, let the hands fall, and catch the head, let the elbows peel open wide. And then exhale, round, bring the elbows to touch. Inhale, peel open the heart, let the head fall in the hands. Exhale, rounding. And then inhale, peeling open the heart. Exhale, rounding. And then inhale, peel. And maybe you can hear the sweet sounds of my cat, letting us know that there are some life-affirming sounds. Letting us know that even in our home practice, when we're in this space where maybe there are other things, people, loved ones around, pets, that we can almost invite their sounds and invite their beings into our practice when we get to hear those life-affirming sounds. 2 more rounds. And eventually finding neutral, finding some stillness. Hands can plant towards the knees or plant towards the knees. We're going to walk our right hand out towards the right. Reach your left arm up and over, finding a side body stretch. A long exhale. Slowly back through center, switching sides. Finding your side body stretch. And then eventually back through center one more time each side. Finding your side body length. And then slowly release. Back through center, switch sides. Eventually back through center. And we're going to take our legs out wide into a gentle straddle. Doesn't have to be anything super wide, but something that's gentle, something where you can feel it. You're going to bring your hands out in front of you and see almost if you can rock onto the front points of the sits bones. Flex the toes back towards the face. From here, we're going to bring hands towards the thighs. We're going to see if we can work down the thighs, squeezing the thighs down to the knees, being gentle here. And then down towards the calves and the shins, being gentle here too. And then slowly, maybe all the way down to the ankles and the feet. And while we're doing this, we're allowing our body to hinge forward. Maybe squeezing into those feet. Squeezing the sides of the feet, maybe even the tops of the feet. You might even bring toes or fingertips inside of the toes or fingers inside of each little toe crease, giving yourself a little squeeze here, almost making like human toe spreaders. And slowly we'll come back up, squeezing the feet, squeezing the ankles, giving ourselves that little self-massage through the legs. And then eventually we're going to find Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, hands towards the feet, and we're going to see if we can like peel open the feet, almost as if you were like opening a book. And from here, while you do this, you might give yourself a little foot rub, maybe massaging those inside edges of the feet, maybe even like squeezing the balls of the feet or the tops of the feet. Maybe work down to the ankles, maybe even up to the calves or shins. Seeing if you can just move intuitively here. Giving your feet a little love. Our feet carry us so much throughout our days, throughout our weeks. They allow us to sit, to stand, to move, to be in our bodies. So really letting yourself kind of give that back to your body. And eventually we'll find some stillness here. We're going to take the left foot into our hand, and we're going to see if we can take the right hand and if we can bring each finger between each toe. So we have the fingers and toes flush, almost making like human toe spacers. From here, options to hold onto this ankle, or you can hook underneath that calf, that shin with your elbow pit. We're going to take some ankle circles here. And while we're doing this, we're letting the hand control the motion. We're not letting the ankle control the motion. So really allow the foot just to kind of surrender. Let the hand do the whole motion, making some circles. Eventually switching direction of the circles. And then slowly releasing if you had the ankle or the leg. We're going to unleash the toes. We're going to bring that right hand to the outside blade edge of the foot, extend that leg long, and then cross the wrist over, grabbing the inside edge for a heron. You can bend the knee as much as you need, maybe bending the elbows, and then maybe straightening. Breathing here. And then slowly releasing, and we're going to switch sides. Finding that other foot, threading those fingertips, those left fingertips between the toes. This foot's a little bit more difficult for me, but just meeting your body where it's at, knowing that both sides might be totally different. Options to hold onto the ankle, or you can hook underneath that calf, that shin with that elbow pit, and then we'll start with those circles. Stirring the air, and really making sure that the hand is making these motions, not the ankle. Allow the ankle just to surrender. And sometimes this can feel a little bit uncomfortable, especially if your toes are maybe a little bit more tight together, or they overlap, or you wear like really narrow shoes. Sometimes this can feel almost like a little bit uncomfortable, but the more we allow our toes to spread and give them the space, the better it is for the health of our feet. Switch directions. If you stirred one way, make sure to stir the other way. And then slowly releasing the hand. Grab the outside blade edge of that foot. Hug that knee in. Cross your wrist. Grab the inside blade edge of that foot. Hug that knee in. And then unfurl. Maybe you bend at the elbows. Maybe the side is totally different. Perfect. Meeting your body where it's at. 2 breaths tall through the spine. And then exhale, slowly releasing, bringing feet back towards neutral. We can plant the feet, and we're going to lie all the way onto the back. Hug the knees in towards the heart space. You can stir the air with the knees, circling them one way, circling them the other way. We'll take Stairway to Heaven. Bring the legs skyward. We're going to bring hands towards the backs of the thighs. And we're just going to begin to squeeze along the legs, maybe the fronts of the shins, backs of the calves, fronts of the quads, backs of the hamstrings. Just giving yourself a little bit of self-love, a little bit of self-massage. And slowly we're going to hug those knees in, bring soles of the feet together. Hands are going to come towards the outside blade edges of those feet. You're in a supported happy baby. A long exhale. Really allow your body to soften. Release the feet toward the earth until you're in Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. A long exhale. And allowing yourself to stay here for your final resting posture, perfect. Or extending the legs long into Shavasana. Maybe the arms drop down by the sides. Anything that feels good to you. And I encourage you to stay here for the next about 5 minutes or so. Or if it feels like it's time, you can find your way up to a comfy seat. Bringing hands through heart center to close your practice. The light in me honors the light and warrior in you. Namaste.